Hello, sir. Hello, everyone.
Good morning. Yeah.
Good morning. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Just give me 2 or 3 more minutes. I'm back. Okay, so today we will start with Git demo. So is Git installed with you both, Vaibhav, Ashwani? Are you there?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it is installed. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Is it installed with you, Vaibhav?
No, sir, actually didn't try. Because actually I came my native place and I did not carry my personal laptop.
Okay.
So in this weekend I will be going back to Pune. So I will
Okay.
do the practical.
Okay. Sure. Okay, so now let me share my screen. Let me close everything. And Also sharing my screen. Okay, here we go. Now, what we had done yesterday was we had installed Git, and after we installed Git, today's session is going to be completely lab oriented. So in case if you're a lab lover, in case if you are more hands-on lover, then today's session is going to be very, very interesting. Because in today's session, I'm going to just show you all the commands which we normally use in Git. We'll have more than one sessions to understand entire Git commands, because first we will learn how to work on local repository, then we will learn how to work on remote repository, then we'll learn how to integrate local repository and remote repository. So there will be a few of the sessions where we'll learn everything. So like yesterday, we have learned that if in Git we'll have two repositories, one will be local repository, another will be remote repository. Local repository will be local to us, which we'll be working on, and a remote repository will be shared with everyone, all the team members, all the collaborators. Now, whenever we are working, and most of the time, we work in our local repository only, because the main purpose of remote repository is just to share it, because remote repository is not for us. Remote repository is for others, our team members. For us, it's local repository. So most of the time we'll work on local repository. And when we are done with our local repository, when we when we are all set to share our content, to share our work with our other team members, at that time what we do is we just send all our data to remote repository so that it can be shared with others also. Like in case if I have to share some documents, first I'll do some homework on my own. Uh, who is calling? Just a moment. Sorry, I was getting some call. Let me put my phone in silent. Okay. So now, whenever I have to send some documents to you, first I'll do some refinement. I'll create a document on my own first, and when I'm all set that yes, this is good to be shared with my team members, at that time I'll share it with you all. So quite the same thing happens. For most of the time, we will do work in our local repository only. And when we are all set, when we think that our content is good to be shared with our team members, at that time we share it with our team members. Otherwise, we don't. We keep it only with us till the time we are all set. So we learn a lot about how to work on Git repository. So what we learned about Git till now, Git is a distributed version control system. This is what we learned till now. Git is a distributed version control system. Other than that, Git is certainly open source, like the way you have learned yesterday that we are able to download Git from the web on the web browser. On the web browser, we searched for on the web browser what we have done. We searched for Git. We searched for Git download Git download, and what it has done for Windows, for Linux, for whatever it is, I am able to install it. So it's absolutely open source. It's not the paid version, so anyone can download it. Right. And by using this, what you can do, you can track changes to your code. You can just create multiple versions of the code, and you can do a number of different things whenever you are doing it. And we have installed also. So the first thing which we will do is we will start working on Git. In order to work, the first thing which we have done already, we have installed Git, and now the version of the Git which is there with me is Git version. So I'll create I'll say multiple scenarios based on which we need Git so that you can understand the entire flow. So first scenario where we actually need Git will be something like this. So let me just open my OneNote. So we'll talk about various scenarios where we need Git nodes. So first scenario where we need Git will be something like maybe um, first thing for which we need Git will be to first organize all our code, to first organize our data. First, let's organize our data or create a folder where all my data lies. So this will be step one, create a folder where my data lies, where I can store all my data. So first thing, because whenever I'm writing any code or whenever I want to organize some files, the first thing which I'll do is I'll create a folder wherein I'll save all my files. For example, for this batch wherein you three are there, what I'll do is I'll create a folder and I'll give the folder a name and I'll say, okay, fine. All the candidates, all the students from this batch needs this and this document, this and this document I have to share. So I'll organize it. I'll keep it separate for this batch. I'll keep it separate for another batch. I'll keep separate for another batch, because GUINIT might have multiple batch going on in DevOps, multiple batch going on in AWS, multiple batch going on in Azure, of which I am the trainer, of which others could be the trainer. So now when we provide training in different batches, we organize our folders, we organize our contents so that we can deliver training to different batches. I'm just giving one example. Now, for example, quite the same thing if you have to do there for work for your company, then you might be a part of multiple projects, or your company might be having different projects ongoing. So now in case if you're a part of different project, then perhaps you will just organize your files, your whatever you need to refresh the memory, whatever it's needed for the project. You will create separate folders for that. That's the first thing which you need is create a folder where your data lies, where all the files which is needed for project development lies. That is the first thing which I'll do. You can do in either of the ways. Either you can execute some command and do that, or you can just do it on your Windows graphical user interface, because in Windows it offers you the graphical user interface. You can go and do that, but let's prefer using commands, because we are going to use most of the time commands only in our example. Where commands are not working, at that time we'll go and we'll use graphical user interface, but majority of the time we'll use commands only. So consider that I want to go to I want to go to I want to create a folder, and in order to create a folder, first let's see where I am. So in order to see where I'm at this specific directory. So pwd is the command which is used to list, which is used to show me in which directory, in which folder, what is the path where I am at this point of time. So I'm in this path. I'm in C drive. Under C drive, there is a folder which is with the name users. Under users, there's a folder with my name. So it's here. So now what's happening is here I'll create a directory. In order to create a directory, I'll execute the command mkdir and I'll give the name a directory git demo. And I have created a directory which is with the name git demo, or created a folder which is with the name git demo. Now I'll enter into this folder. In order to enter into this folder, I'll say cd and I'll say git demo, the folder which I have created. And as I hit enter, I'm into this folder. Now you see the path changed. And now if I execute pwd command, you see previously it was saying that I am in C drive users my name, and now it says C drive users my name and git demo, the directory which I created. I entered into that directory, right? So here I am. Now this is the first thing which I have to do. I have to create a folder where all my files are present. Now, in terms of Git, there is a term. Git gives a term to this kind of folder where all your files are present. So the place, the directory where all your files are present is called working directory. Working directory. So what is working directory? It's a folder or directory where your files, where all your files are present. where all your files are present. So it's a folder directory where all your files are present. This is the working directory. This is called working directory. This is a technical term which is given by Git. So what is working directory? It's just a folder or a directory where all my files are present. Okay. So this will be the place. Now here I can create some files. I can just work on those files and I can just do anything, whatever I wish to. This will be the first thing. Now, after I did the first thing, next thing what I'll do is, as of now, this is just a folder, nothing other than folder. What is the content of this folder? I'll execute ls to check the content of this folder. It is nothing. Nothing is there within this folder. Now what I'll do, I'll initialize version controlling in this. Now on top of ls, okay, it doesn't allow ls-la command. Let's see, ll is also not a command in PowerShell. Only ls is the command in PowerShell. But I think I'll parallelly go into my Windows directory only. I'll keep showing you what is there. Users, my name, and here I've created something to which it calls as. So I'll show you either of the places in Windows graphical user interface also and in command line also. So now this is the path. Now in this path, nothing is there. As you can see, nothing is there. Can I show you some unhidden files also? Attributes hidden. I don't want to hide anything. I just want to show you everything, whatever it creates as I execute a command. So now next thing what I'm going to do is, as you saw, nothing is there. So next step will be to initialize version controlling in this. As of now, it's just a folder. I'm going to convert this folder into my local repository. In order to convert this folder into a local repository, so step 2 now it's going to be convert your folder into a local repository. Convert to local repository. In order to convert to a local repository, Git offers a command to which we call as git init. This is Git command. This is not Linux command. This is not PowerShell command. This is not Mac OS command. This is no Linux command. This is Git command which will work everywhere. All the Git commands which I'm executing. Don't think that if I'm working on Windows, this command is specific to Windows. Tomorrow, if you're changing to Linux, commands will change. No, this is a tool-based commands and will work everywhere. So the command which I'm using to convert my folder into a local repository, to initialize local repository in the folder where all my files are present is git init. As I hit enter, it says I have initialized empty Git repository at this specific folder. Now, as I initialized empty Git repository, now what it has done, you see, this folder was empty, right? This folder was empty. As I executed that command, it has created a folder .git. So who created this? I did not create this. I did not execute any kind of mkdir or any kind of folder creation step. I just executed git init command, and what it has done, it has created one .git folder in this specific directory, in this specific folder. Presence of .git folder is indication that yes, in this folder I have initialized version controlling. I have converted this folder to a local repository. This is what it says. Now, if I come here and if I do a ls, that is why I wanted, because ls does not show all the hidden files. I don't know if it accepting la command or let also not the command. That is the reason I wanted to show you in graphical user interface also, where you can easily see all the files and folder which it's creating hidden one also. So now I have converted this folder into a local version control system. I'll give a quick pause. Any doubt, any question still here? Okay, I'll take that as a no. So now the first thing which I did is,
sir, you said the first thing is working directory. What command you used for the working directory?
for working directory is like creating a folder So in order to create the working directory, I have execute normal directory creation command,
Okay.
mkdir.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So now this is the one I have initialized version controlling in this. Next thing is I'll start creating some files. As of now, it doesn't have any file within it. It's blank. It's absolutely blank. It is having one .git folder created, which is created because I initialize version controlling on this specific folder. Now I'll start creating file. In order to create file, now since it's Windows, I can create anything. I can create a folder. I can create a file. I'm going to use Notepad to create a file. So mostly I'll execute command to do the job. I can open a user interface also, but mostly I'll show you how to use command to do your job. So I'll say Notepad and I'll say file, or I'll say demo file1.txt, and fine, it has opened. Do you want to create a new file? Yes. So I'll say write something. This is my first file for Git demo. Git demo, save it. Right, this is my first file for Git demo and I am saving this. And let's close this. What I've done, I have created my first file, which is demo file1.txt in this folder. Now consider that I want to share some document. Now what I've done, I have created a folder like this, which is with the name Git demo. In this folder, I started creating some files. Right, I started creating some files so that once the file is ready, I'll be able to share with you. So now, even before the file, what is the way? Even before the file reaches to a remote repository, which I can share with my team members, which I can share with other collaborators, first it has to reach to local repository. So what I've done, I have initialized a local repository, like the name says, initialized empty Git repository in this specific folder. Now ls is the command to see all the files which is present in my folder. But ls is not a Git command. Git offers its own command to check all the files which is present in Git local repository. The command which Git offers to check all the files in Git local repository is git ls-files. Now, can you see the difference? ls is showing that yes, there is some file which is with the name demo file1.txt. But when I executed git ls-file, it doesn't show anything because still the file I have created, but I did not push the file. I did not place the file in local repository. It's just my working directory. I did not place it in local repository because it might happen that when I'm creating the file, I can just perhaps my thought changes and tomorrow I need to modify this file. Some more requirement came and I want to modify this file. Might happen. So I did not place this file in my local repository yet. That is the reason git ls files is not giving me anything, but ls still says that yes, I do have a file present. Now what I'll do, I'll first see what is the status. What is the status? Where is my file? In order to see the status, I execute another git command, which is git status. So what are the command I'm executing? I'm executing the command which is git, which is okay, it comes in uppercase, but it should be in lowercase. Git ls-files. This is one command which I executed. Again, git status is another command which I am executing at this point to check what is the status of my file. So what it says, yes, you have created the file, my friend, but the file is untracked. As of now, Git is not tracking this file. In order for a file to be tracked, Git says you have to execute one more command, which is git add. As you will execute git add command, Git will start tracking your file. Untracked files. You just created a file is not yet getting tracked. All the changes which you have done in the file is not tracked yet. In order for Git to track this file, I have to execute another command, which is git drag, git add, and give the name of the file. Hit enter. Now again, if I execute git status command, it says that yes, now you see color of the file also changed from red to green, but still it says your changes are ready to be committed. It is created. Now you executed git add command so that git started tracking it. But in order to move it to local repository, you have to commit it. Changes are to be committed. Changes are not yet committed. Changes are to be committed. Changes are ready to be committed. Now, in order to commit this, I will execute the command git commit -m. This is another command. Git commit -m, my first commit. I'll explain you what this command does. Now you see what this command does. This command says that I'm going to commit the changes, whatever changes I have done with this file, whatever I'm trying to do with this file, I want to commit it. And by committing it, I want to place the file in my local repository. While I'm placing this file in local repository, I want to put some message. This message is just for my convenience so that down the line, after 2 days, 3 days, if I come back and I want to see what I have tried to do in this file, what I wanted to do with this commit, when I committed this change, what I wanted to bring in scope, what I wanted to place in local repository, I can easily understand it. So just for my convenience, I'm putting some message. Now Git makes it mandatory. At one point of time when Git came, when Git tool was launched, this message was not compulsory. It's like you can just commit without this message also. But now Git made it a kind of mandatory flag. Without this flag, you will not be able to commit. Git won't allow you to commit. Now, as I hit enter, now, as I hit enter, now what it says, one file changed. You see what it says? One file changed, one insertion happened, and I have created something. Now, if I execute ls, file is present. Now, if I execute git ls-files, file is showing in my local repository also. Remember previously when I executed git ls-files, it was not giving me any output, but now it gives me output when I do this. So now the file is present in my local repository also. Let's do it again so that you can understand it pretty much well. We'll do it couple of times so that you can understand anything. Now let's do it again. Couple of commands which I executed, git add, file name. Though I'm not going to share you this, I'll share you the one which I'll share you will be a more better one. But this one just to revise multiple times in our demo itself. Git commit -m, and this will be my first commit. Okay, now let's do it again. Now there could be two scenarios. First scenario is you have already created a file. Either you have to modify this file or you have to create a new file. First, let's create a new file. Then we will see modification also. So notepad will repeat same step again. file2.txt, but this time I'll do with another file, which is demo file2.txt. This open, notepad open. This is my second file for demo, and save it, close it. Now I do have this file also. Demo file1.txt is already present in my local repository. It is already demo file1.txt is present in my local repository, but demo file2.txt is not present in my local repository because I just created it. I did not commit anything yet. So till the time I do not commit it, this file won't move into my local repository. Now next thing which I'll do, I'll execute git status command to understand where is my file. So git1 I've already done. It's not showing. But git2 is untracked. it's recently created. That is the reason it's showing that demo file 2 is only untracked. Demo file 1 you have already tracked, you have committed it, you have placed that file in local repository that is getting managed by your local repository. Nothing to worry about it. Now again, what I'll do, I'll execute git add command and I'll give the name of the file demo file2.txt. Hit enter. Now if I execute git status command, it says yes, the file is tracked and changes are ready to be committed. Now in order to commit, again I'll execute the command git commit -m and I'll give a message second commit. Hit enter. And as I hit enter, yes, the file is now in my local repository also. Local repository also. Local repository also contains both the files in it. So now we have seen two files. Each of the file we have created in our working directory, and then we have executed couple of commands. After executing those commands, when I hit commit, when I have committed my changes, the files were moved to my local repository. Now it is getting tracked by my local repository. It is getting tracked by Git, basically, right? So this is very early stage of Git flow, Git workflow. This is called Git workflow. It moves from your working directory and then it reaches to local repository by execution of these commands. I'll give a quick pause. Any question till here? Ask me, please. Anything which is coming in your mind, ask me.
Sarah, I still have confusion between the difference between add, what add command does and what commit.
Okay, well, we'll understand
the difference.
We'll understand that. We'll
Okay.
understand that. Any other question?
Sir, I'm a bit confused. Like when you create the first demo file and you run the command ls, it was visible. Okay. And once you made the changes, like a git add, so what exactly it changed? I mean, does it get converted into the local repository or that time?
Okay. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
So now we'll create a third file. Notepad demo file 3.txt. Let's create it. Do you want to create a new file? Yes. This is my third file. This is my third file. Save it. Close it. Now what I've done, I've just created a file. Just created a file, demo file 3.txt. Consider that this is the file which I am creating for my project. Perhaps this is the file which I'm creating to share with you guys. Something I'm doing in this file in order to share the content, in order to share the code, in order to share some document. I created this file. Now the file is not getting tracked by Git because Git says that you have just created the file. Now the file has to be recognized by Git. File has to be brought in the control of Git. As of now, it's just cracked. Now what I'll do is I'll move the file to a kind of buffer area. Now Git is very smart. Git says that you think twice before you are committing any file to local repository. You think twice because perhaps it might happen that when you have moved the file to local repository, after that any changes which you are doing in the file will be recorded. Till now, till the time, what happens is till the time I place the file there in my local repository, I can make multiple changes. But after I place the file in my local repository, post that, in case if I want to do some modification, that will be re-recorded. That will be a kind of second version. That will be a kind of second phase of modification. So Git says that before moving your file to local repository, I'll give you a place where you can rethink on modifying, on making any changes in your existing file. That is the place where file moves when you hit git add. So git add doesn't push the file to local repository. Git add does two things. Git add brings the file in scope of Git so that Git starts tracking it, and also it places the file in an area to which we call as buffer area, or we can say as cached area, or we can say as staging area. There is a technical term for that. So working directory and local repository, there are two technical terms which you have learned. There is third technical term where the file sits in between working directory and local repository. That place is known as staging area. So in case if I have to draw it for you, what is happening is, so I'll try to draw something perhaps to make it a bit clear. So now there are three different places where the file will go and will sit. There will be three different places. First place will be your working directory and your local repository. So now consider this is my file, demo file 1.txt, demo file 1.txt, right? This is my file. Now what I want to do is this file. Now this is my working directory. First place is my working directory. Working directory. This is my first place. This is like a folder which I created. Finally, where I have to move it? I have to move it to my local repository. Local repository. It has to come here. Now in between also there is a space. In between, Git says that in between your local repository and working repository, I will provide you another space to which a technical term is staging area. There are multiple names which people call it with buffer area or cached area. There are different names which is given to same area. Staging, some people call it as staging area, some people call it as buffer area, some people call it as cached area. Anything is fine. All the three terms are fine. Now, when you hit git add command, what it does, it is going to move the file first from working directory. As you hit this git add command, what it did, git add command, what it has done, it has moved this file from working directory to staging area. It has moved the file from working directory to staging area. That is the first step. Now it is in staging area. Now let's say it practically. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit git add command and I'll give the name of the file, demo file 3.txt. As I did this, and as I hit git status command, it is in my staging area. Now why this staging area is needed? This staging area is needed because till the file is in staging area, I can make some changes without committing it, without getting it recorded by local repository. I can modify it. I can make some changes in it. I can do whatever I wish to on it before I commit it. You know, commit is a kind of term wherein you are putting a stamp on it and saying that, yes, I've done it. And it is recorded now. It is brought in record. It is in file now that, yes, you have done it. Any more modification will be recorded again as a kind of second version. But till the time you did not commit it, it is not recorded. So now in case if I want to make some more changes, for example, I thought, okay, let's modify this again. Notepad demo file 3. And here I'll say added new line, saved it closed it. And now if I execute git status again, you see what it says? Your changes are ready to be committed, as well as you have modified something, you have added something. It is not yet committed. You see, changes are yet to be committed, but you are still modifying something wherein changes are not staged. It is not yet in staging area. Now I can just stage it again by executing git add and demo file 3.txt, and this I can do n number of times till the time I place it in my local repository. I can do n number of times. So staging area is a kind of buffer area where my file sits and Git allows me to modify it before committing it, right? This is the purpose of git add command. Any question in git add this time?
Yeah, sir, it's clear. So we can consider, sir, like working directory means we can consider our local database or our local folder, which is accessible only for us. And once we add this command, then I mean that git add command push this file to staging area. Yeah. And whatever changes we are doing, sir, we need to commit those,
Great.
right?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Clear for me.
Okay. Any other question?
And so
Anything?
we have not committed yet till yet.
Yes, as of now, we did not commit. It's still
Okay.
in my staging area.
It is in staging. Okay. Right.
Anything?
Not for my side.
Okay, I'll take it. There's a no. Now what happens? I have to move it to my local repository. Now finally, I'll move here. Now, in order to move it from my staging area to local repository, what I'll do, I'll execute git commit command. I'll execute git commit command, and now see the difference. I'm executing git status. It says that you have not committed it again, and I'll commit it with the execution of another command, which is git commit, give a message, third commit. It is mandatory. Previously it was not, but now it is. Now if I do git status, it says that everything is clean, nothing to commit, everything is clean. Now with this, what I've done, I have moved this file from here and I brought here. So this is called the life cycle, or you can say the workflow of git command. Right? I hope it's clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sir, why are you adding the comment like third commit, second commit? Because we are doing it for different files. For a particular file, it is a first commit we are doing.
I'm just giving
Like
message. It's just for
okay,
my
just a message. Okay.
That is just description, right, sir?
just
Why?
description. Just a
Okay.
message. I agree. For each of the file is the first commit. I'm just giving a message.
And like you said yesterday, like it's a Git is like saving the versions, and we can see the old version. So
Absolutely.
when the version comes in the picture.
Yeah. Now it will come. It's clear till here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what happens is, like the way I said, Git records everything. So in case if someone records it, for example, if you'll go to old government offices, what happens is whatever you do, whatever file you submit, it gets recorded. With what? With a file number. There is a unique number. For example, if you go and apply for something, what happens? Your application is recorded with what? With some unique file number which is associated to you. Same thing happens in case of Git also. Here you are recording your changes. Here you are committing your changes. Your each of the commit gets recorded. Anything which you are doing gets recorded. Now, in order to see, and this is the another scenario which we'll be talking about. So the scenario which we are going to now, third scenario which we are going to talk about here is Git commit history. git history or log or log. This will be the third scenario. Now here, whatever changes you have done till now is recorded, but where you will be able to see it. Everything you can see here. Git log. As I hit command git log, whatever I have done till now, I have done. Let's start from here. I have at this time, this date have given this message. With this message, I have recorded something which is saved with a ID, with a unique ID. And see, this ID is very unique. This ID is different from this ID is different from this ID. Doesn't matter if you do millions of commit, each of this commit will have a different ID. Everything what you do is, and this is what decides various version, because with every version, right, with every version, you get a separate ID associated to that. Now, even though if you remove first version, your second version is recorded with another ID and you will be able to retrieve it. We'll see that also, how to retrieve, where it goes. We'll see that in our upcoming sessions. Now this is called log. This is called git log, wherein Git records everything, whatever you have done, whatever you have committed. Git is going to record everything. Now, if you want to see more detail of what you have done, right? You might have the thought, okay, fine, I want to see more detail of what I have done with this specific commit ID. For example, this is my first commit. What I've done with this, in case if you want to see, there is another command which Git offers, which is git show. Git show. And as I give this, it gives me the detail of what I've done with this commit ID. It says that with this commit ID, which was done by me on this date, this time, I have created a new file and the name of the file was demo file 1. And what I've done in this file, this is my first file for git demo, everything it records. Now don't think that it's one line that is the reason it is getting recorded. Even though if it is 100 line, it will show everything to you. It will show everything, all the messages, entire content will be showed to you. So this is what to which we call as git log, git logging. Everything, anything which you do is recorded here. Now what happens is, now there is another way. Now what is happening in case if you do have tens or hundreds of commit which you have done, perhaps it will take your 3 to 4 pages for the entire record to be visible, which gets very clumsy at times. So what we prefer to do, we get a one-liner view. We get a one-liner view of this output. In order to get one-liner view of output, there is another command which is git log hyphen one line. It git log hyphen one line. See this much long output. This much long output is now it's been shortened. It's been shortened and you are getting just in 3 lines. Now what is happening here? What is the difference which you are seeing? It is just truncating everything. It is just cutting everything. And it is just showing you first 7 characters of your commit ID. Right? It is just showing you first 7 characters of your commit ID instead of all the lengthy commit IDs. It will just show you first 7 characters of your commit ID, and it gives you the commit message. And this commit ID is equally powerful as this lengthier commit ID, because whatever you can see with this, you will be able to see with this also. So now git show, this time I'll use the shorter one. 347. You see, I'm using the shorter one this time. It is giving me same thing, same detail. Right? It is giving me same detail. So normally what we prefer to do is, instead of seeing all those lengthier output, which gives lots of details which we don't need, we prefer to execute git log one line command, which gives us one-liner view. So this is the way you will be able to see log. This is the way you will be able to multiple versions, multiple histories, and multiple other things. Let's see that. As of now, each of the file is having only one version, I believe, right? each of the file is having only one version. Third file, we made some changes after we pushed it to staging area, but again this is recorded as one single change only. Can you see? This is recorded as one single change only. I want to create another version of my third commit. In my demo file 3.txt, I want to create another version. I want to modify this file again. Now, notepad demo file 3.txt. I want to modify it. Added new line. This is a new commit which I will add to demo versions. I written something, some English, okay? Close it. Now, if I hit git status again, what it will say? It will say that I have modified demo file 3. It is not saying that this file is not tracked. This file is tracked, right? This file is tracked because already Git is tracking it. Already Git knows that yes, demo file 3 exists. What I've done, I have modified this file. Now, next thing, I'll add it to push it in staging area, demo file 3.txt. And now if I hit git status, it will say that it's ready to commit. Changes are ready to be committed, but this time it is another version, right? This time it is another version. So I'll say git commit -m version 2 for demo 3.txt. Hit enter. Now if I do git log, what do you see? This is version 2 of demo 3.txt. So two different versions of same file are present. If I'll go to this version, now you see the difference carefully. Now if I'm doing log, now this is my first version. If I'm hitting log, sorry, let's go to one-liner one so that you can understand it better. Now this is my previous version. This is my latest version. See, both are different. They are not same, right? Now let's see what is the content of my previous version. Git show. What is my content of previous version? Just these two lines. This is my third file. Added new line. This is my previous version. This is my latest version. Now what is the content of this file? This commit. Let's see. Now this file will have one additional line within it. Can you see now? This file is having additional line other than these two. This is my third file and all. There is another line in it. There is another couple of additional things are there in it. So this is my newer version of same file. Now Git is tracking it with two different commit IDs so that say later on, in case if you feel as if you want to keep only one out of two versions, you can just let one version go and your another version remains. There will be more practical usage of this kind of commit and commit IDs we'll see in our upcoming sessions. But this is the way Git tracks all the changes which you are doing, right? I'll give a pause. Any doubt here? Any
So
question?
do we need to, remember these IDs? Because I'm
No.
expecting like for a single file, it is showing on the single window. Okay, this is version 1, 2, 3, like, but it
Yeah,
is
yeah.
showing ID, and we have to get show, paste the latest ID. In case multiple files, we have to, remember it, which IDs belongs to for which file.
And that is where this message comes. Git log --- one line. This message which you are giving, it is for that. It is for our
Okay,
benefit.
okay, I miss it.
This
Uh,
is for this message is for our benefit. Yeah,
And
go ahead.
but for others, like the others which is not showing my first commit and the second commit, the file name is not showing here as well.
I did not give the file name. If I would have given the file name, that will come here also.
No, like demo text like that we have at the top of.
I'm not getting a question.
Yeah, like for the headmaster, there is a file name automatically coming. Like same, like should come with the first file and second file. Demo 1 text, demo 2 text, like that.
Yeah, it's coming here because I wrote it. It's not coming by its own. You see what I would have written? I think I would have written that. Is the reason it's coming. Let's see. You see, I wrote it. That is the reason it's coming. But previously, when I was committing it, I did not write it. Let's see any previous commits.
Okay, so
I did not write it.
we have to add the file name to make it a more clear picture.
Whatever you're convenient with, not necessary. You are the sole owner to decide. It's good if you put it
Okay.
for your convenience, but in case if you're more comfortable not putting it, it's absolutely your wish, because you are the one who is going to decide what sort of message you have to put in here.
It's a tagging,
Right, like a tag.
we are tagging something.
Maybe labeling, tagging. Yes.
Yeah.
Any thought, any other question, anything which is there in your mind?
Sir, I'm a bit confused.
Mhm.
Before this description or message, you mentioned version 2. So, I mean, does it make any difference, or it is also like the normal description? I mean, when you written version 2, we can see in the logs specifically that descriptions.
Okay. So this is not different. This is just like a message, in order to show you that this is a version 2 of third commit. Maybe normally what happens, say in case
Oh,
if you'll work on a file, you would like to save it and say
yeah.
that, okay, fine, this is my first version of this file, this is
Okay.
my second version of the same.
Yeah.
That's the description.
Maybe in production we can use change number or any description which we can identify that description.
Normally change number or the Jira ticket number,
Yeah.
which we use. Any other question? Anything? That's fine. Okay. You're following it, right? It's clear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Clear, right?
far it's clear, but we need to more practice because
Yeah.
such
There is no-
commands since long we are not using. I mean
Yeah.
this command. So
I'm
now
sure
we
you
have
have
to
to practice.
practice. Yeah.
There is no other go.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what happens is, let's see one last command for today. Now what happens is, many a times when we try to make a commit, even before we try to make a commit, we tend to see what changes we have done. For example, consider that I have written 100 lines of code earlier. In version 1, I have written 100 lines of code earlier. Now, after I've completed that, I have completed the first version. My boss came and said that, hey, there is a new requirement from client. You have to modify something in this specific file. You have to make some changes in this file. And I took instructions and I started making changes. Let's do that. So notepad demo file1.txt. Now, this is the first commit which I have done. My boss came and said that you have to modify something in this file because certain words, certain terms are there which client is not liking. You have to modify this. I'll modify this. I'll make this as first. And for git prod deployment, additionally, add some more lines for testing. Something. My boss came and said that client is not liking the previous content. You modify it. I did that. And after I did, now after I have made this change, something happened. Okay. Just a moment. I'm unable to
Sir,
control.
we're still in local repository, right?
Yeah. As of now, we are not in remote repository. I'll tell you when I'm moving to remote repository, I'll tell you. Most of the time we'll work in local repository. Okay. So now I made the changes and I did that. Now my boss came and said that, hey, can you show me what are the changes you have done by just comparing previous file to the latest file. Now both are in same file, right? It's not as in I created another file so that I can just open one file and another file and show it to my boss that, hey, these are two different files. Can you just see the changes which I've done in one file to another? Not possible. So in such cases, you're getting the problem here, right? So same file, my boss came and said that, hey, you have to make some changes in the existing content which you have shared with client. And I modified the same file. I did not create another file. Now my boss again wants to see the differences of what I've done earlier to the one which I've done now. This is the problem statement, which is not possible because I cannot open same file twice with two different things is the same file. But Git says that you can do that, right? Without Git, you cannot do that. Not possible. Think, brainstorm, and in case if you are able to find it, it will be a kind of good exploration which you can give to this world because it's not possible. You cannot. So now, but Git says you can. With a Git command, you will be able to do that. There is a command which Git offers in such case, which is git def. And if you give the name of the file, Git says, yes, you will be able to do that. Now what Git says that your file was demo file 1.txt. This was your original content. This is my first file for Git demo. What you have done, you have modified it. You have changed it from that file and you are additionally adding, this is my first file for Git prod deployment. Additionally add some more lines for testing. So now what I'm seeing the difference. Still the change is not present in my local repository. Don't think that I'm seeing local repository. Change is not there in my local repository. If I go to my git log -hyphen one line, after demo 3, there is nothing. And if I'll open, this is my first file, right? Which was for demo 1. If I still open this, it will still show my previous content. This is my first file. So don't think that this I'm taking from the local repository. No, still I'm making changes. I've just made the changes. If I hit git status, it will say that the file is modified, and if not this command, then there is no way I can see what changes I have made in the file. So git diff is another powerful command which shows me what changes I have made in the file before even committing it, because once I've committed it, it's stamped. A commit ID will be generated, and people will be able to track that. Okay, and they will be able to know that yes, these changes are done. But as of now, I'm still in the phase where I'm developing it. I'm making changes. Now what my boss knows, okay, fine, this is the file which you have removed, and this is the content which you have removed, and this is the newer one which you have added. This is the modified one which you have added. Right now he can see, okay, fine, this is in line with the requirement, with customers requirement. Now you go ahead and you commit it. Now in order to commit, what I'll do, I'll just hit git add, give the name of the file, and then commit it. Again, I'll give a meaningful message, say second version. I'll say second version of demo file 1. Just giving a message as per my own convenience. No hard and fast rule. Okay. Now if I do git log -hyphen one line, now it is having one more commit. You see, previously it was showing till here only. Now I have added second version of demo file 1.txt, which will have modified content in it. This is another important and powerful command which Git offers.
No, sir, I'm confused. What file we made changes to? Before committing the file, we are making changes in that file?
Yes. You will be making changes in the file before committing only. Once committed, it will have one commit ID and it will be present there in your local repository. But yes,
No, sir, I'm still confused.
no
So
problem. We'll see that.
the file that you are working on right now, you did not push it to the local repository?
No, that's the push to local repository. What we have done in demo3.txt.
Demo3.txt was in local repository.
Right. And how did we create version 2?
No, sir, I didn't understand.
We'll understand.
I'm completely lost on this one. At what stage this file was when you made the last changes?
Okay, we'll see that. So your question is completely irrelevant. We'll see that. Any other question? Any other doubt?
Well, sir, we are doing changes where files are already putting into the local repository, right?
Right.
Okay, that is asking Shakil. Yeah.
I
Files
think,
are
Yeah. We'll see that. No problem. See, we'll see. We have so many sessions. We'll see that.
just clear me, sir, if I understand correctly, referring to Shakil, very first time when we create any file, it will be in working directory. But once we add that git add using git add command, that file, so it will be in the staging area. So next time, whatever changes, once it is created and in the staging, so whatever modification we are doing, we don't need to add again git add command. It will be in the staging area only. We just need to commit to push into the local that changes, right?
Yes.
I think Shakil is confused in this area, I believe.
Oh, no, he's confused in some other thing.
Okay.
He is confused wherein the file is present in a local repository. Again, how we are modifying it. So perhaps that is his confusion. We'll see that.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, where is the file? This file where you just made the changes?
No
Was it
problem.
in local repository? Was it in the staging area, or what?
Understood what you're asking. No problem. We'll see that. Any other question? Today we are done, so we'll see that tomorrow. But any doubt till this point? Shakil, we'll talk about that. We have so many sessions in this case.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Understood your point. No problem. Okay, then let's end today's session here. We'll again meet tomorrow. We'll see all the doubts. We'll try to do it. Okay, you have recorded things also, right? Try to do it. Try to practice it, and then you see lots of things clears by its own as you practice it. Right? So do it. Come back again tomorrow. Ask fresh set of questions after you're practicing when you're getting it, and then we'll see it. Sounds good?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's connect in tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow is a holiday.
Yeah.
Let's connect on
Monday.
Yeah, your weekend. I hate that.
Okay.
Okay. Have a nice weekend. Let's connect again on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.
weekend.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.